Welcome to Globalpose News. U.S. officials are headed to Russia to discuss a potential ceasefire in Ukraine, according to President Donald Trump. The news comes after Ukrainian officials agreed to a 30-day ceasefire following a highly anticipated meeting with U.S. officials in Saudi Arabia. Earlier, Secretary of State Marco Rubio said that the ball is truly in Russia's court, and that the U.S. believes the only way to end the fighting was through peace negotiations. The American visit comes as President Vladimir Putin visited Russia's Kursk region, parts of which have been under Ukraine's control since an incursion last year. Russian TV aired footage of Putin meeting military commanders, who told him Russian troops had recaptured 86% of the area from Ukraine. Following the meeting in Jeddah on Tuesday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said it was now up to the US to convince Russia to agree to the positive proposal. The Kremlin has said it was studying the ceasefire deal, and that a phone call between Trump and Putin is possible. Speaking alongside Ireland's Taoiseach, or Prime Minister, Michael Martin in the Oval Office on Wednesday, Trump said he had received positive messages about the possibility of a ceasefire. But a positive message means nothing, he said. This is a very serious situation. Trump did not specify which officials were traveling to Moscow. However, Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt told reporters at the White House that National Security Secretary Mike Waltz had spoken to his Russian counterpart. Earlier this week, a source familiar with the matter told the BBC that Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff would head to Moscow for negotiations following the talks in Jeddah. The White House confirmed the plans on Wednesday. "We urge the Russians to sign on to this plan. This is the closest we have been to peace in this war," Leavitt said. The Kremlin has said it is studying the proposed ceasefire and further details, which spokesman Dmitry Peskov said will come via various channels over the course of the next several days. In the Oval Office, Trump said that he believes a ceasefire would make sense for Russia, adding, without further details, that there is a lot of downside to Russia as well. "We have a very complex situation solved on one side. Pretty much solved. We've also discussed land and other things that go with it," Trump added. "We know the areas of land we're talking about, whether it's pullback or not pullback." To pressure Russia, Trump said that he can do things financially. "That would be very bad for Russia," he said. "I don't want to do that because I want to get peace." The meeting in Jeddah was the first between US and Ukrainian officials since the 28th of February meeting between Zelensky, Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance descended into a shouting match and, ultimately, a pause in US military assistance and intelligence sharing. The pause was lifted following the meeting in Jeddah, and Trump said that he believes that the difficult Ukrainian side and Zelensky now want peace. For more updates, news, views from around the globe, follow us on all our social media platforms at Globalpose.